The best the copter can do is set them down on the hotel roof. It's disorienting, and absolutely a bit surreal to be plopped down on the roof of some 30-story grand hotel by a copter summoned from thin air, left to bang on the maintenance door until a very, very confused janitor lets them back inside. Though, hanging out on the roof of a building with the wind dramatically sweeping their hair just felt right. All 4 of them could agree. It's MG-chan's room where they settle, where MG-chan pulls a spare wig and hairnet from her costume box to reaffix to her head, and a spare set of oversized glasses to offer back to Gigi-chan, and a set of needle and thread to sew RBR-kun's suit. MG-chan doesn't have any spare bandanas to offer MC-kun, but he waves it off, muttering that he has a few in his own room to grab later. MG-chan has her legs swung over the edge of her hotel bed, her fingers making quick work of the hole in RBR-kun's suit jacket. She hardly looks as she weaves the thread through the knife incision. RBR-kun sits awkwardly in the nearest armchair in his Gucci pants and a sweaty undershirt. Is she even targeting us specifically? MG-chan asks aloud, fingers closing another loop of thread. Those people who got taken out in the cafeteria. I know most of them were natural candy hairs. Maybe it's a buckshot approach, MC-kun answers. His back is against the door, braced intentionally as though he expects a force to come breaking it down any moment. If she wipes out everyone, then she wipes out us in the process, and gets to win this competition too, probably. That's dumb if she already knows who you are, MG-chan answers. She has your old photo and your room number. You specifically should be so easy to target. And me too, now that she's seen my natural hair. She could just replace your shampoo, or my shampoo with Nair, and be done with it. Oh shit, she could totally do that. But she hasn't. So why is she going to all the trouble of wiping out everyone across the board? I don't know why, but what you said is only half the picture, Gigi-chan answers, hunched over her keyboard. She did see us, but also we saw her. So we can focus on figuring out her identity. Her glasses flash. I'm not getting anywhere with jQuery, but if the competition's registration page doesn't sanitize its inputs, I can try to launch an SQL injection attack to set my own admin credentials, then SSH into the contestant database and scrape it for all the contestant information. Cool. What's that mean? MC-kun asks. You know I don't know what that means, Gigi-chan replies as she launches a successful SQL injection attack and scrapes the contestant registry. She turns her screen around, revealing a filtered set of pink-haired contestants. Here, of the 1,046 kids who were registered, 147 are girls with pink hair, and only 107 of them are still in the competition. MC-kun looks the faces over, and he looks them over a second time, the minutes passing in silent scrutiny. Slowly, he shakes his head, brow knitted in frustration. I don't recognize her there, and even if she does have pink hair, she's already disguised herself once as far as we know. She could be operating under any other disguise she wants. I've got it! RBR-kun announces, bouncing to his feet. The poofy hotel armchair pillows bounce up with him, riding the trail of sparkles that follow his movement. He sticks his index finger upward triumphantly. I've figured it out! Gigi-chan briefly stops typing. You figured out who she is? No, I figured out what we need to do. It's simplistic, actually, and quite elegant. I'm amazed I hadn't considered this earlier. Okay, and? Gigi-chan prompts. Tomorrow, during the competition, let's all, and RBR-kun strikes a pose, lose! I'm sorry? MC-kun, MG-chan, and Gigi-chan all echo. Let's just lose tomorrow! RBR-kun's expression is smug, self-satisfied. He angles his thumb and index finger out, using them to frame his chin. We lose. We go home with our toupees intact. No murderous girl on our heels. No harm done. Voila! Problem solved. There's a pause. Toupee? MC-kun asks. Is that a toupee? Gigi-chan now. The toupee is not the point, RBR-kun answers, and suddenly his hair seems a bit lopsided. The point is we throw in the towel and be done with this. Neither of those are the point, MG-chan answers. She leans over and thwacks RBR-kun lightly on the back of the head. He jolts forward, hair straighter. We're not going to just throw the competition. We want to compete, and we want to win, like all the other candy-haired kids here. Deciding to give up and just go home is the same as letting the murderer win. I'd rather lose to her myself. It's not the same. It's a tactical choice, you know? Like strategy. We're outsmarting our opponent by intentionally losing. What sort of rival are you? MG-chan asks. Your whole persona thing is supposed to be about defeating him. MG-chan points a finger at MC-kun. What sort of sworn rival just decides to quit? The kind of sworn rival trying to not get audited on his taxes, RBR-kun responds. Taxes? MC-kun asks. Are you committing tax fraud? Gigi-chan follows. Besides the point, RBR-kun says. Never mind, stop besiding the point. We need to focus. MG-chan stands tall over RBR-kun and shoves his jacket back into his lap. The point of this group is that none of us are going home. That's why you begged to join us, isn't it? And I mean, if you want to leave, then leave. But we want to stay in the competition. We want to win. As big and as grand as any of those candy-haired competitors who crushed us all when we were just part of the background. We want to win! MC-kun raises his hand, speaking up for the first time in a while. Yeah, about that? He looks up, and his face is deeply bothered. What is this competition? Silence meets him. MG-chan opens her mouth as if to answer, then shrinks back, face waxing with confusion. Gigi-chan's eyes shoot wide, and she begins to type. Wait, MG-chan answers, finally. Right? MC-kun pushes off from the door, eyes set to the far window, to its towering view of some grandiose international city that he cannot name. I can't remember what we're competing in. Was it ever even set? It was. At one point, I'm certain, Gigi-chan mutters, thumbnail pressed against her teeth. Her other hand keeps typing. I'm trying to retrieve the version history of the itinerary on the website, but it's corrupted. She looks up. Someone, some things, changed it. Oh, spooky, RBR-kun adds. He pats his Gucci jacket. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. Dare I say? Not at all. MG-chan deflates somewhat, lowering herself into the plush carpet with her hands set to the sides of her wig. She removes it, staring at it as her short bob hair falls across her face. That's unsettling. I don't like these blind spots. Do you think she has something to do with this too? The murderer? I have the scary feeling she knows way more about how this world works than we do. Maybe? Gigi-chan answers. Probably. Almost definitely, RBR-kun says. I think that doesn't matter, actually, MC-kun asserts. He rises taller now, a sort of mania in his eyes. You're right. What you said about this competition, about winning. I've been so just freaked out and scared and worried about being found out, being sabotaged and sent home. I let that blind me. I let her scare me into submission. Not anymore. This is the last time she gets to hold me back. MC-kun glides his fingers through his hair, spiking it upward. He fishes in his pocket and emerges with a spare bandana, fiery as his eyes, and ties it back around his forehead. We don't need to outsmart her, or figure out her motive, or unmask her, or any of that. We only need to win. We'll send her home, whoever she is, fair and square. Because if we watch each other's backs, and we keep winning, then we'll knock her out by default. It's that simple. It's taking first place. That undisputable, irrefutable first place. That will knock her out for good. And you know what? I feel like being the one to do it. As payback. As a statement. As victory. I feel like winning. He angles himself towards Gigi-chan. What's the competition tomorrow? Gigi-chan turns her screen around, glinting glasses obscuring her eyes. A crest of knives dominates the page. Cooking! And MC-kun nods. The fire in his veins keens like the flames of a stove. Perfect. Gigi-chan lowers the computer. Not perfect. In fact, very not perfect. She lifts her head, glasses glint vanishing to reveal eyes full of despair. Quite, yes. Dare I say, terrible, RBR-kun answers. That's not how you pronounce terrible in French, MG-chan says. It's not. I don't know how to speak French. I also do not know how to cook. At all. A young man of my caliber expects all meals to be catered by personal waitstaff, no less. When we met, you were eating a handmade PB&J sandwich, MC-kun says. Yes, and it was atrocious. Everything was sticky, and I hated it. I also don't stand much of a chance here. Gigi-chan raises her hand, speaking sheepishly. She lays her laptop on the ground. I hope you guys can make it through this round. I'll be rooting for you. Come on, nonsense. There's gotta be something you can make, MC-kun says, feeling the fire in his heart quickly dampening. like someone were kicking sand onto it. Some specialty, yeah? Well, Gigi-chan starts. There's a special ramen I make sometimes. Good, good. Let's work with that. What's in it? Instant ramen. And also there's... Gigi-chan curls her fingers and flicks her wrist. A cracked egg in it, for protein. Silence meets her. Gigi-chan flushes, embarrassed. I live off snacks and instant ramen, okay? It's the only way I have so much time to code. I don't know how to turn an oven on. Look, okay, we'll salvage this, yeah? MC-kun insists. Both of you just need to learn one nice recipe before tomorrow. We have the internet. We've got time. That's not good enough. MG-chan now. She's risen, making her way to the closet in the back of her room. And you cannot treat this like a normal contest. We're playing by different rules. She flicks the light on, dingy fluorescence dousing a stockpile of giant container bins. MG-chan lifts the top one with ease, turns and sets it down on the rug. She flicks the latches open, pops off the lid. The bin is filled to the brim with costume props. MG-chan pulls out a pair of horn-rimmed glasses and tosses them to Gigi-chan. Start with these. We have work to do.